Lay Stadium in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, RCN 4 Sports is proud to present the 32nd annual McDonald's All-Star Football Classic. Tonight's matchup, the Mountain Valley Conference Independent Squad will take on the East Penn Conference Colonial League squad. The cause, Ronald McDonald Camp in Milford, Pennsylvania. Hello, everybody. Gary Laubach and Dick Tracy on a beautiful night for football. A couple days late, Dick, but it looks like we'll get it on. And there's really no reason for anyone to come out here tonight. They should be here in the stand.
Absolutely. Hey, the sunshine, the grass is greener than it was on Thursday, and of course they're not raining upon us. Ready to go, Gary.
Over $400,000 raised through this ball game for that great cause, the Ronald McDonald Camp in Milford, Pennsylvania. And Dick, this game particularly meaningful to our two coaches. The Mountain Valley Conference Independent coach Whitey Williams. His father passed away when he was a young age, 46 years old. We never saw Whitey play a college game or coach football.
Yeah, what a cause, what an opportunity. First meeting with the kids and laid out right on them, you know, the meaning of the game itself, taking precedence over individualism.
And the story somewhat similar for Frank Lane of the East Penn Conference Colonial Squad. Dick, as we know, his father too passed away from cancer, and his mother in a bout with cancer right now.
He talked that to us all season, Gary. Mom was present at one of the games, felt she was coming along, so he too has quite an impetus with his kids.
All right, let's turn our attention to the East Penn Conference Colonial Squad, Dick, and as we do that, a couple of names have popped up all week, a couple of Penargil kids. Eddie McGinley in the backfield offensively, and Jeremy Savitz defensively at nose guard. When I talked to Frank Lane, he said nobody has been able to block Jeremy Savitz.
Well, they can't find him. They can't see him. They can't find him. He whizzes by. He does everything possible. Veteran, we raved, Gary, about him all year. Probably, pound for pound, the best football player we saw this past year.
Another good running back and receiver, Dan Dissett from Becca High. He'll play a prominent part tonight. And Tareen Valentine of Deriff looks like he's going to be solid on the defensive side.
Tareen Valentine played with that losing stigma attached, you know, the fact, the record, and things like that. But every time we saw him, Gary, a game breaker. And he can do it in so many different ways. Defensively, special teams, you know, whatever you want. And Dissett, I don't know if there are many more who have bigger desire, bigger hearts in that lad.
When we turn our attention to Mountain Valley Conference Independent, Richard, this is a team that has awesome size along the line of scrimmage, and what a backfield. Rath, McCullough, Bergio, and Bakros. I don't know how you stop them.
And the fact that they added that independent, that brought Rath along, and Rath proves, you know, going to Lehigh, must have something on the ball. He proves he's ready to play with the big boys.
Well, it's a beautiful night for football. It's not all that hot. It certainly isn't muggy at all, and there is kind of a nice cool breeze. When that sun goes down, it'll be perfect. I'm sure you're perfect too, sitting at home. Sit back and relax. We've got the 32nd annual All-Star Classic coming your way right after this timeout.
The sail you see on every Scott Chevrolet has become much more than just a logo over the years. It's 3 generations of taking customer service to the next level.
No crazy promotions or outrageous offers, just a completely comfortable experience in the showroom or on the internet, where buying a car has never been easier.
It's no wonder Scott has been #1 in Chevy sales and customer loyalty for over 25 years. Scott Chevrolet. Come in for the sale, you'll stay for the service.
When you need a prescription filled, who do you turn to? Walters Pharmacy. Walters Pharmacy compounds prescriptions and takes filling prescriptions as their #1 priority. At Walters, you'll save time. Trust Walters Pharmacy for convenience with free, fast delivery in the city of Allentown. You can visit walterspharmacy.net and email the pharmacists with questions. Since 1937, Walters Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care.
Welcome back to Andrew Lay Stadium as the team's just about ready to play football, as they have waited since Thursday to go banging, and they're just about 3 or 4 minutes away from doing just that. As Dick, already some awards given out prior to the ball game. They give most valuable player awards based on how the kids worked in practices, and the winners, Tareen Barker was the winner for the Mountain Valley Conference Independent Squad, the 6'1", 225-pound player from Whitehall, headed to Lafayette College. He got the MVP. And Dick, no surprise on the other side.
Yeah, no surprise either way. Savitz or Barker both get the workaholic attitude. Yeah, there you see the lad walking up now.
That's Jeremy Savitz.
We said pound for pound, Gary. Well, we can't forget Billy Toth, his teammate. There's another pound for pounder.
And we expect to be calling Savitz's name quite a bit tonight. Let's go down to the field. Referee Joe Gersey will give the instructions and toss the coin.
Okay, fellas, a couple of real quick things. We're calling them red all night. We're going to call you white all night. Your visitors are going to also call the toss. Before we get started, the clock on the field is official. If it breaks, we will take care of it on the field, okay? Any questions? Sir, what are you going to call? Tails. Tails. Sir, if I drop it, we'll do it again, okay? Tails it is. What would you like to do? Receive. You would like to receive? Okay. You want to defend the scoreboard? Okay, put your backs here, guys. Put your backs over there.
So the East Penn Conference Colonial League squad will get the football to start the ball game. And they will be moving from left to right. The officials for tonight's contest. The referee is Joe Gersey. The umpire is Barry Kime. The head linesman is Larry Eichlin. The line judge is Joe DiOrio. The back judge is Rick Lehman. And the field judge is Mike Reese. As we said, 2 award winners. And there is Tareen Barker of Whitehall with his head coach Whitey Williams. And Doc Horlocker giving the award. Good crowd on hand, Dick. Obviously, the promoters not sure whether or not people would come out on a Saturday, expecting to play here on Thursday. But certainly they made the right call on Thursday night. It was just a horrible night.
Oh, yeah. I think more people are coming there just to look down on that sideline. I mean, you talk about who's who of high school football. Those guys have been around years and years and years and get their proper recognition and an opportunity to come and watch their kids perform.
It looks like Derek Thorne will go back to receive the kickoff along with Tareen Valentine. So a couple of Deriff teammates will stand on the goal line and they will await the kickoff of number 99, Nate Stroll, who will do all the kicking, the punting and the kicking for the MVCI team.
If size is a big item, Gary, you know, you're talking Mountain Valley, Independent. They are immense. When we were down there, I could not believe some of those sizes, some of the kids coming out.
Well, between the numbers that they have put up and the size that you talked about, one would think they're a pretty heavy favorite to win this ball game. And, of course, Frank Lane's counting on a lot of heart and a little bit of pride and to see what he can do about turning that all around. Here we go, the kickoff by Nate Stroll, end over end. It's very short and is collected at about the 25-yard line, and some banging going on right away as the ball out over the 30 to about the 32-yard line. As with the football was number 18, Russ Demko of Saucon Valley. It'll be 1st and 10 for the EPCC squad at the 33-yard line.
And one of the things that several of the coaches we talked to said about the banging, Gary, they would rather hit than play offense.
From the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Out over the football is number 5, Brendan McElroan of Notre Dame. Or check it, number 8, that is, Eric Rinda. Turns around, hands the ball off, right up the middle. And the ball carrier, number 44, Ed McGinley of Penargil. He picks up a couple of yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 8.
Out of the eye that time. Going straight, not testing anything out. Remember, 40 passes should be thrown by the Knights end, although no one keeps tab on that.
That's what the rule is. Dick, one rule changed this year. The defenses are allowed to play zone defense in the secondary. All years previous, they were only allowed to play man-to-man defense. Rindock is a surprise starter at quarterback, as they did not expect him to play at that position. Comes back to McGinley again. This time McGinley only gets back to about the line of scrimmage before he is hit on the play. Maybe got a yard at best, but it does not look like they're going to move the chains.
McGinley, the workhorse type. We saw him take time after time, run after run. You know, he can give it 25, 30 carries a game, Gary, and it will not affect his all-star caliber defensive play.
I think he had about 21 touchdowns this year for Penargil. It led them into the state championship football game they lost 19-12. And a passing situation on a 3rd and 7. In motion is Demko, right, Rindock back. He's going to drop the ball to Macaron, and Macaron's going to get stopped immediately by Brian Haupt. Brian Haupt, the late replacement, comes up to make the hit, and there'll be a loss on the play. Dick?
Yeah, they're going to isolate here, Gary. There's the protection from the motion man. Haupt's going to have none of it. Sheds the blocker, makes the stop by himself, 4th and immense.
Loss is back to the 32, so they lost all the yardage they gained. And it's going to be a 4th down situation. The punter is Landis. Landis left foot. It gets off a spiral that will roll and will be whistled dead at the 32-yard line. A 37-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 for the first time in the ball game for the MVCI.
That was Torrin Valentine, number 11, out of Deerfield High School down there to down that ball. You'll notice so much of him. Again, big playmaker and all over the place on special teams.
Looking for Jim Terwilliger to start at quarterback, 5'10", 175-pounder from East Stroudsburg. And it will be Terwilliger, 1st and 10 from the 32. And he pitches the ball back immediately to Eric Rath. And Rath just picks up where he left off back around November as he picks him up, lays him down, gets the ball up to the 36-yard line for a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 6.
That's that sprint pitch, Gary. Run the daylight. He took it inside the defensive end, got his 4. Remember, Terwilliger, good option quarterback, good running quarterback.
From the 36-yard line, 2nd and 4.
Nothing.
And it's going to be a held ball as keeping it is Terwilliger, cuts it up inside, gets out over the 40 after about the 41, 42, maybe even the 44-yard line until he finally gets knocked down. That looks like is where they're going to mark it, and that will be a gain of 8 yards and a 1st down.
Went with one back that time. There you get a good idea of it. Going to be tough in the trenches. What should we be safe and just say Savitz on every?
It's Savitz. It is
Savitz on every play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you mean for tacklers? Yeah. Terwilliger hands the ball off to his deep back Rath and immediately hit in his own backfield by guess who? Jeremy Savitz from Penn Argyle. Nobody can block him. That's what Frank Lane told me.
So low, no base at all, Gary. Look at this. Sheds blocker, slices, comes right up over the ball, makes the stop, no gain.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. The ball stays at the 44-yard line. Second and 10. Terwilliger roll, has a man open, drops it off to Raft. Raft upfield is going to get knocked out of bounds as he gets into EPC Colonial territory, knocked out of bounds by Derek Thorne. Gets the ball all the way up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 20 yards and a 1st down.
Just runs a little dink out of the backfield, Gary, squares it out and goes. So much he does after catching the ball, after receiving the ball. Both running-wise, pass receiving-wise, a real threat.
So the first pass completion for Terwilliger picks up big yardage, 20-yard gain up to the 36-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the MVCI. Play comes in from Pete Bolagash of Lehighton. And in fact, along the sideline, Terwilliger also. He'll come back, put his helmet back on, and give the signal. Head coach is Whitey Williams from Nazareth. He takes care of the MVCI squad. The Colonial East Penn League squad, Frank Lane of Salisbury High School.
Both very enthused about the position they're in.
The assistant coaches for the Colonial East Penn squad, Jim Newhart, John Toman, Mike Feifel, Andy Serco, Tim McGorry. They're all part of the Salisbury staff. Brian Gilbert of Palisades, Keith Brader of Deerfield will give you the assistance for the MVCI when we get an opportunity. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. In motion goes Jeremy McCullough. Back to throw Terwilliger. He drops it out to McCullough. And McCullough now trying to find some running room. Does a lot of dancing. And finally will get put down on the play by John Conklin of Salisbury. as he does a lot of moving around, but not a huge gain on the play. He'll mark the ball at the 34, a gain of 2.
You'll see Jeremy McCullum here. McCullough here, Gary. That's the one they ran at the other end, and they did it with a man in motion. This he simply stepped back and took the pass. Run the daylight. McCullough had a great receiving year for the Hurricane and Timmy Monsman.
2 for 2 for 22 yards. That's what Terwilliger has done. 2nd and 8 from the 34. The pitch comes back to McCullough. McCullough turns it upfield and maybe gets a yard on the play. Looks like Savitz is there again at the bottom of the pile. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 from the 33.
Trail pressure from number 55, John Conklin, defensive lineman from Salisbury. Big call.
Big call here. Robbie Ott coming in at tight end, 6'1", 186-pounder from Liberty. And we see Sean Bergio coming in, Terwilliger back in, 32 in the backfield. Looks like Ray Kohler of Phillipsburg. And he's going to come out wide to the left side, out wide to the right side will be Rob Opp. Then they'll split the backfield on a 3rd and a long 7. Terwilliger back, looking, cuts up inside. And he's going to get close to and get the first down as he falls down inside the 25, down to about the 24-yard line. Tackled on the play by number 26, Billy O'Boyle, and that will be a 9-yard gain, first down number 3.
Splits his back on the way back, faked the wrath, actually to delay draw, Gary, with the option. I think that was run all the way. He is a threat.
He's carried it twice for 17 yards, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
You would be happy.
Clock reads 6:05. Nice drive here by the MVCI. They go right up the gut. And I believe that's Bergio, or is it Rath? Steve Felice is in on the tackle. Not quite sure who that ball carrier was.
And Billy O'Boyle, number 26, really closed on that, Gary. Cut down. They wanted to go outside with that thing. He cut down the air from his defensive end spot.
It was Eric Rath who carried the ball, picked up 4 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6. The ball on the 20-yard line. And they're going to get a quick out here as the pass is thrown by Cangelosi, avoids a tackler, and then gets the ball to the 15-yard line. He'll pick up 5. Here it is again.
Ex-quarterback Michael Cangelosi on the receiving end. He slips. Valentine, Gary, had him in the backfield. Good pursuit that time. Number 32, Jared Meckler, with the stop, but not after a big gain.
So Cangelosi with his first catch picks up 5 yards and will bring up a 3rd and about a yard from the 15-yard line.
Power set left side. There it is.
And they give the ball to the Bull. That's Bergio. Sean Bergio, 5'9", 120-pounder from Easton High School. Gets it down inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. They will mark it at the 9. A gain of 6 and a first down.
Power formation that time between the left guard and left tackle. Just set 2 backs up, 1 yard off the line of scrimmage. Their lead man, you run the daylight. Bergio did it so well.
1st and goal to go for the MVCI squad. They started this drive on their own 32-yard line. The handoff to Bergio, cuts back against the grain and then cuts up inside, gets down to the 5-yard line. See Taurine Valentine on top. Let's see who's on the bottom of that pile. Looks like number 19 at the bottom. That would be Alex Kosis of Becca High. Down to the 5 is a gain of 4.
That was a great jab step by Bergio, Gary, to his left. Throws the defense just an instant. Found ample room up over his left side.
2nd and goal to go from the 5-yard line. Bergio, he lost the ball. Check it, that's Rath carrying the ball. And Rath lost the ball, but the ground caused that fumble. And he gets down to about the 1.
Able to squeeze just a little bit and take it down very, very deep. Boy, that sideline official standing right smack on that goal line.
3rd and goal to go from the 1. Rath now 4 carries, 12 yards. And one would guess Bergio here. He's deep. He's got it. Bergio inside. inside, and Bergio has a touchdown. Sean Bergio puts the MVCI squad up with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Got to be impressed, Gary. Exact kind of drive you expected. Come at you with Rath to the outside, Bergio the power running inside. Terwilliger keeps him honest with the short stuff, and once in a while sprinkles in a run of his own. Very, very good first touchdown drive.
Jimmy Green will hold, as in to kick the extra point will be Nate Stroll. As the clock reaches 3 minutes and 18 seconds, and Stroll will try to put his ball club up by a 7-0 score. Nate, an outstanding kicker for Whitehall. It's down, kick is up, looks true from here, and it is indeed 3 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock, and it's the MVCI squad. They're up by a 7-0 score.
And what made it even nicer for the Mountain Valley Independents, Gary, the fact that they were able to eat a lot of clock, control it the way they wanted to. So you're talking about giving the opposite team, the red team, won the kickoff toss, and they started, and yet they stop them right away and give them one possession.
If you're in the market for a quality used car, truck, minivan, or 4x4, stop in at Mike Davis Auto Sales at Schott Avenue and Mickley Road in Whitehall, where you'll be guaranteed an honest deal and a fair price. Mike Davis has everything from compacts to minivans. Most include a warranty. Bank financing is also available to qualified customers. Make your next used car purchase at Mike Davis Auto Sales. You won't regret it. Mike Davis Auto Sales is family owned and operated, run by Mike and Bonnie Davis since 1983. That drive, 68 yards in 13 plays. The final yard by Sean Bergio for the touchdown. Stroll will tee it up and will kick off again. His first one was not deep at all and never got to Tareen Valentine or Derek Thorne. Dick, they ate up a lot of clock on that drive.
That's a great drive for them. Plus, you know, the option to receive the second half.
The kickoff, end over end, will come down to Tareen Valentine at the 10-yard line. And he makes a cut, and he's got some running room. Valentine will get the ball up to about the 39-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Colonial East Penn Conference squad.
DB Paul Potsman, number 24, is going to make this stop. I tell you, have a lot of room to go after this. There's a seam. Good cut right there. Good block right there. And here comes Potsman from behind.
They mark it right at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Rindock stays in at quarterback. Out over the football is R.J. Dufresne, number 66 from Northern Lehigh. In motion, McElroy. Back to throw, Rindock looking. He's going to go for the big one. Firing it up for McElroy, and it's going to be just out of the hands of the defender, Brent Standorf, who was back step for step. Standorf from Pleasant Valley.
Standorf did an excellent job. This is one-on-one coverage, Gary. Motion man. He's simply going to run a rainbow pattern down that sideline. Split back started, so he's good blocking up there, but that's great defense. Inside, played the ball in the man.
Almost impossible to complete that pass. As Dick said, great defense by Standorf. 5'10", 170 out of Pleasant Valley High School. So it brings up a 2nd and 10. Out wide to the left side will be Steigerwald. Craig Steigerwald of Palmerton. Wide to the right side is Brendan McElroy. It'll be a quick pitch to McGinley. Looks like he might get the corner. He does. And McGinley, that horse, just picks him up, lays him down. That's Ed McGinley running. He gets the ball inside MVCI territory, although it looks like he may have stepped out of bounds at about the 49-yard line, and that would be a yard shy of a 1st down.
Give him 5 yards and get in the corner there, and now 4 more yards just banging in the defenders.
They've got to get to just over the 50-yard line, so it's 3rd and a yard to go. And the clock stopped because McGinley stepped out of bounds. Big play here early on for the EPCC squad. McGinley barrels forward, has the 1st down. He wasn't going to be denied as he gets the ball to the 48-yard line, a gain of 3, and the first down of the ball game for the Colonial East Penn Conference squad.
Number 51, Chris Marinelli out of Peaburg, had him in the backfield. But you get a good look at the running of McGinley there, and the power running it was, giving him the 1st down.
You get a look at the MVCI squad assistant coaches: Scott Baltz, Tom Edwards, Chris Gerhardt, Rob Malosky, Bill Huntz, Tim Muntzman, Neil D'Angelo, Bill Brong, and Rick Bennett. 1st and 10 from the 48. And a little fake pitch and a trap play up the middle. And that is number 40, Dan Dissett, carrying for the first time. 5'10", 212-pounder out of Becca High. And he's going to be just shy of a first down, a gain of 9.
Dissett last year just didn't get the opportunities with Scipio and, Board and Benaric doing most of the work in the backfield. But he is a runner.
So officially the 39, although they are going to measure, they may give him forward progress to the 38, which would be a first down. We can't do that as he is just shy. So it'll bring up a 2nd and a very short yard to go.
Just got a good look at number 75, Gary, offensive right tackle for Colonial East Penn. You're talking Eric Barr, Northwestern, 360 pounds. Good trap.
He's the biggest guy on the field. And Dick, when you put a nice trap play in like that in a couple of weeks of practices, you get a look at 75, Eric Barr.
If you catch that forward line, Gary, and they're running any kind of a slant, and gee, they almost take themselves out of the play.
2nd and less than a yard. Fake to McGinley. Looking, rolling, Rindock stepping up. And Rindock fumbles the ball. And it's loose, and who has it? They'll have to unpile him as a player from each team had a shot at it. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd down. So a nice job by 72 Wes Thomas of Penargil as he came up with the loose ball.
Right guard out of Penargil able to help. Boy, he's hanging that thing loose. And there's the lick that caused it. Good hustle by Thomas.
Quarterbacks aren't supposed to get banged up like that, Dick. That's what happens when they run the ball.
Run that different color jersey, will you?
3rd and 3 from the 41. May be 4th down territory here. They'd like to get it right here. Rindock, quarterback draw, has the first down. Rindock down to the 35, maybe the 34-yard line, as he's wrapped up by Jonathan Fenner, along with 85 Frank Duffy.
We've seen both quarterbacks, Gary, and their best bet so far has been running the ball. They're designed as a quarterback draw, successful first down.
So Rindock runs the ball on consecutive plays, loses 2 on one, gains 7 on the other. And Rindock with some signals to McElroan out wide to the right side. Instead hands it off to Dissett. And Danny barrels forward to about the 31-yard line. He'll pick up 3, 2nd and 7.
From the up position, quick hitter, straight ahead blocking, good gainer, especially down in that territory, big 4 yards.
They're going to give him 4, so I'll give him 4.
Let's go up front.
Has the ball at the 31-yard line. May be the last play of the quarter. Very quick first quarter here at Lay Stadium. This time, keeping the ball, pitching it. Rindock gets it to McGinley. And McGinley, not easy to bring down, gets it to the 26-yard line. Tackled on the play by Torrin Barker. And that'll be a gain of about 5 yards on the play.
Individual ability makes something out of nothing, Gary. Had the quarterback, he got the pitch. Had McGinley, he made the yardage.
When we come back, it'll be a big 3rd and 1 as the ball down to the 26-yard line. Stay with us.
Catch the best doggy in town at Willie Joe's. Whether it's steak sandwiches, hamburgers, or our world-famous chili dogs, try for yourself what everyone is raving about. We've been an Allentown tradition since 1945 with our original store at 15th and Liberty Streets, or try our store on Lehigh Street, just off of Route 309 next to Redner's, where you can also enjoy the best steamed clams in town or an ice-cold drink. Stop by Willie Joe's today. We're not just another fast food place. We're great food, fast.
Welcome back. We've got plenty of action for you next week. Monday night, we've got Legion Baseball coming your way as we have Freemansburg taking on Northampton. On Tuesday, we'll be up at Nazareth. And on Friday, we're going to travel. We've got the baseball state championship, single A, double A, triple A for you on Friday. Dick and I and Scott Barr will be out at Williamsport with the RCN 4 Sports Gang. And we've split everybody up, and Joe Hoffman and Chris Michael will take off for Shippensburg. And we've got all of the state playoffs in softball, single A, double A, and triple A coming your way also. So proud to be asked by PCN to bring you the games, and we indeed will be there. There's John J. Fox, one of the media coordinators. Tony Coca, he took care of some of the banquet preparations for the Hall of Fame committee. Good first period, Dick.
Excellent first period. Yeah, and you got to like the comeback, being down 7, getting stopped totally on their first possession that the Colonial East men putting up here.
I'm not sure they're going to meet that passing rule, but I'm not sure anybody cares. McGinley, can he get the corner? Looks like he may have gotten the first down. He dived forward, got inside the 25 to about the 24. It's going to be very close.
Fullback runner playing tailback, Gary. Tailback when the room's there, fullback when it's not. All by himself.
He needed 1 or 2, and he got it. So McGinley gets the first down number 3 for the EPC Colonial squad. McGinley now 6 carries, 22 yards. The ball on the 24-yard line, 1st and 10.
Sauga Valley flanker number 18, Russ Demko. Splits wide left, brings in the play.
Along with McElroan, who is in the gap. Back to throw it and dropping it off and neatly dropping it down to Doucette, who turns and goes down the sideline. Nice play by Rindock. And Doucette turned on the burners. He got tackled by Chris Marinelli of Phillipsburg, but not before he got good yardage and a first down.
Doucette takes 1 step up as if he's gonna block, Gary. Just cuts right through that hole and is the under receiver in that. Good protection, McGinley.
Mark it at the 12. That's a gain of 12. On the play by Rindock.
Rindock always very heady. Remember on the basketball court, guy, real sharp. Led his team in assists from underneath.
That's the 3rd pass by Rindock, 2 for 3 for a total of 8 yards. He lost 4 yards on the first completion. Rindock was going to drop it into the corner of the end zone to McElroan, but our first penalty flag of the ball game, so we'll hold everything and see what Joe Gersey has to say to us. He is the referee tonight. Probably against the EPCC squad. It is. It'll be a procedure. Our first penalty of the ball game.
Another good play by Rindock. He wisely threw it away.
So the ball comes back to the 17-yard line where it brings up a 1st and 15. Here you get a look at Bob Stem. He's still trying to tell people how to coach. Dick, you don't want a penalty when you're this deep, heading in for a touchdown. Had the ball down to the 12-yard line, and now they're looking at a tough 1st and 15 from the I formation. It's McGinley. And McGinley will get about 2 or 3 on the play. Bottom of the pile. Looks like 44. That would be Torrin Barker again. And we'll give him a gain of 2 and call it 2nd and 13.
Yeah, you know, you're what? 1st and 10, it's in the red zone. All of a sudden, it's 1st 15. You're still in the red zone, the toughest spot on a football field to score from.
So a passing situation for Rindock. He's got McGinley and Doucette in the backfield. 2-step drop, pump fake, and he's going to go. He's going to go up top. Pass is intended for Demko. Is it a good catch? No, it is not. Out of the end zone. Demko with a great grab, but he was over the line. Nice pass, good catch, just not in the playing field.
Good play all around. Again, it's going to draw the 1-to-1 coverage. Now Demko's going to bump him. He has him pinned to the inside. Both guys stay with it, out of the end zone. Was he in?
I don't know. The replay made it look like he might have been inside the white line. That looks very close to a touchdown from the replay. We're going to take another look at it here as watch his feet. 1 down. The knee's inside. The other foot's inside. That should have been a touchdown.
Yeah, the only thing is if he didn't have control of the ball, but certainly his body was inside.
The interesting part in looking at that, Dick, is his right leg, and they're saying that he juggled the ball, so that's why they called it out of the end zone. That he didn't have possession. If Tony Coca says
it's a great call,
it's
a great call.
So that's the call. Here's Glenn Rissmiller. He
made the call.
Glenn Rissmiller in charge of the officials tonight, and Tony, who is always arguing with the officials.
That's the first time I've ever seen Tony Koga.
So we're getting. All right, let's take another look at it here. Oh, the official looking right at it. Still a great catch. Tough call.
How about those guys being able to relax? Every time you see them, they're nothing but a bunch of grouches. Coca, Rissmiller, and now here they are, big smiles.
Yeah, the problem is now everybody is a grouch towards them. That's the problem. 3rd and goal to go. Or 3rd and 13, I'm sorry, from the 15-yard line. They can get a first down at the 2. Rindock back. Good protection. He'll roll to his left side. He's looking. He's going to turn it upfield. And Rindock will go down at about the 13-yard line. Pretty good pursuit that time by Nazareth's Brian Wolf. He caught up to him and got him down around the ankles.
Excellent pursuit by Wolf. First of all, he keeps him in the pocket. Now he goes outside. Now watch him close. Here comes 75. Rindock looked like a little room to scamper there. Wolf pursues, gets him from behind. Good job.
Rindock picked up 3, gets to the 12-yard line.
Foot, huh?
4th and 10, and we will bring the foot in.
Chris King.
It is number 12, Chris King of Saucon Valley, in to kick, or at least attempt to kick, a 30-yard field goal. It's down, kick is up, it's long enough. It is no good, wide to the left side. So the drive ends with a missed field goal and a real nice drive, and Dick, it all got stymied by that 5-yard penalty.
This is everything but points, Gary, for the Colonial East Penn, because they showed they can move the ball. Oh, look at this. How close can you get?
Wow, from that angle, even the field goal looked good. They're getting some tough calls. Man. Rolling with the football. That is Terwilliger. And he cuts up inside and then gets mauled by a bunch of the red shirts. Terwilliger, good-sized kid, 175 pounds, not all that tall at 5'10", but he will bring the ball up to about the 27-yard line, a gain of 7.
A lot of times during the season, Gary, the offensive line, his blocking broke down for him, and he was forced to run, and he certainly has a running ability. You've seen it tonight.
Second and 3.
That was Potsman who put the pressure on, coming off the corner on the field goal attempt. Minor rushed him just a tad.
Terwilliger changing the call at the line of scrimmage. Hand the ball off to the first man through, who will barrel forward for a first down. They'll get to about the 32-yard line. Bakros gets this first carry of the ball game. Steve Bakros, 5'11", 211-pounder from Easton, and he picks up 5 yards on the carry. That's first down, number 5.
Good misdirection call that time. A lot of that stuff goes naked without the blocking.
Hey, come on now.
Try and catch that defense leaning.
First and 10 from the 32. Here's a pitch back to McCullough. McCullough cuts upfield, will get knocked out of bounds as he gets hit out of bounds on the play by number 43, Junior Ortiz from Northern Lehigh. And it looks like a gain of 5, and we'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Jerry McCullough obviously lines up there for his speed. At Liberty, a running back, a wideout, and a DB.
McCullough, he's a speedster, as Dick said, 5'7", 170 pounds. This time they give the ball off to Bergio, and Bergio will twist and turn to about the 40-yard line. He'll get about 3. He'll be stopped shy of a first down.
That's a slant play off tackle. I'll tell you, Bergio took off. Terwilliger had a tough time getting it to him.
Joey DeMaio with the tackle. So here's a big play for the EPCC defense as they're down 7-0 and a 3rd and 2 from the 40. Bergio trying to get outside. He'll get the corner, and it's going to be very close. Depends on the spot by the official. Good pursuit by number 11, Tareen Valentine.
They loaded up in the middle.
You play.
It's simply a handoff. Take it outside. Watch Valentine. Good pursuit. Good job of getting him out of bounds.
And they will indeed have to measure. Very, very close to a 1st down as he goes out on the near sideline, and the chain's all the way over on the far sideline. And Dick, should we make our first call of this football season?
No, we got enough people down there sidelines that are going to call it. All those guys down there, they're all freebies, you know, and they have all this expertise, and they're not offering to make the call. They make them drag the chains all the way from the other side.
Well, the way the calls have gone tonight for the EPCC, it's almost guaranteed that that was going to be the 1st down, and indeed it is 1st down number 6.
Still not playing against the clock. 7:52. Touchdown lead.
This has been a ball control game.
Yep.
Keep it on the ground. They forgot to read the rule book. I like this game.
So far, yeah. Have not seen any change of quarterback either.
It's moving along very nicely. Back to throw. Terwilliger looking, pump fake. Now he's looking to run. And he's going to get hemmed in. Oh, what a great defensive play down there by number 23. That's Steve Grida of Saucon Valley. And Dick, he just simply hemmed him in and wouldn't let him get outside.
Boy, let's mark that one. He held his ground so well, Gary. Watch this. He just played, I mean, he didn't go after the quarterback deep in the hole. He just waited his turn, shed a blocker. Great individual defense.
Terwilliger loses 5 on the play. 2nd and 15. The ball back to the 37-yard line. Rath and Bergio in the same backfield. And they give it to Rath. He's missed, as often. It's almost 100% of the time, Dick, that Eric Rath does not go down when the first guy hits him.
No. Well, he's able to shed tacklers, not power tacklers, but shed tacklers. That time again, it was Grida who sealed that left side and forced him to run opposite. Excuse me, sealed the right side and forced him to run to his left.
So a gain of 6 on the play brings up a 3rd and 9. Ball on the 43. Fake the handoff. Terwilliger back. Fire has a man open. Drops the ball right into the hands of Bakros. And Stevie Bakros all the way down to the EPCC 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 31. That's a gain of 26 yards and a 1st down.
A good call, a good throw, a good catch. Wide open, a little bit underthrown, slowed him up. And then he tripped slightly, but still a big gainer for the MVEI. There's the fake. That was a belly fake to Rath. Wide open as he crosses over the middle.
And Bakros, another one of those guys that can just do it all. He runs well, he blocks well, plays pretty good defense, and obviously can catch the ball. They give it to Rath. Again, the first guy misses him. He fumbled the ball, and it looks like the EPCC squad has the football. It is going to be number 50, Lee Branovsky, who comes up with a fumble from Salisbury High School.
And again, Gary, great defensive containment. Watch the left side of the defensive front line. Whoops, change direction. There's the pressure, and even though it's a miss, it causes the jar and the fumble.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Colonial East Penn Conference All-Stars as they've got the ball on the 31-yard line, and a big defensive stop. Big play by Lee Branovsky.
What a big turnover. But those guys juking that in the open field and little jarring loose, and they got it.
They were on their way to a 2-touchdown lead the way they were moving the football. Dave Campo in the ball game from Palisades at quarterback. and they run a straight dive play just to get him warmed up a little bit. And there may be a fumble there. Let's see who's on the bottom of that pile. Ball carrier was Jake Remmel of Saucon Valley.
Dick Remmel, Salisbury, isn't he, Gary?
Or Salisbury,
yeah. He had that big numbers. I tell you, there was a little bit of banging there, timing off between a quarterback and receiver that time. The ball carrier that time banged a little bit going into the line.
Well, the first play for Campo, so you expect that maybe there might be a little bit of a problem. Campo's a big kid, 6'4", 180-pounder. And Dick, we saw him play some pretty good baseball for Palisades in the District 11 final against Wilson. Campo pitches it back, a little reverse action as they get the ball to Russ Demko. He cuts up inside, and Demko has a first down. Nice play by the Colonial East Penn Conference squad. Making the tackle is 45, Doug Schlack, first down.
Great call. We saw it coming from up here. Unfortunately for Mountain Valley, they didn't. Good fake, tackled the wrong man. Demko makes a great cut to the inside to get the first down.
Demko picked up 12 yards on the play. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Campo back. He fires, a little out pattern, and is it caught and fumbled? Or are they going to say it's incomplete? They're going to say an incomplete pass. Brendan Mackler. No, they're not.
They're going to award it.
They're going to say it was a catch and a fumble.
Boy, Campo just goes straight back, straightens up, puts it right there in the hands. There's the catch and the drop.
So a gain of 5 yards on the pass play to McElrone, but then he fumbles the football.
It was Andy Bauer with the stop, the hit, and the recovery.
So the ball is in the EPCC territory, and from the 43-yard line, carrying the football is Eric Rath. As we have a new quarterback in Mike Nolan. As Rath will get the ball inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. Rath will pick up 4.
Number 79, Robert Strobel, 285-pound offensive lineman out of Easton, was pulling that time, and he and the quarterback, and again, we changed quarterbacks, a little bit of collision.
From the 39, 2nd and 6. Clock down to 3:40. The handoff to the deep back again. This looks like Bergio. It is Sean Bergio. Looks like he got about a yard on the play.
Single set that time. Pretty easy for the lineman to key. Jeremy Savitz in that one again.
Dick, I can't believe at the moment I've been told that he still maybe doesn't have a college chosen, and I can't believe somebody doesn't see the potential of that young man. They look at his size, Dick, but they don't look at his heart. Nolan up the middle, and Nolan will fall forward for a first down as he'll get the ball inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line.
What do they say? No blitzing? MVI comes with a full house. Nolan alert and elusive enough.
And Nolan
makes something out of nothing.
On his first carry, picks up 9 and picks up first down number 8. The ball on the 29-yard line. And the pitch to Rath. Rath looking to get outside. There's that little juke, but he runs into number 32, Jared Meckler of Penargil. And Meckler with a good tackle. Comes right up top and puts down Rath.
Defense just did a fantastic job of stringing that one out, Gary. They try to pull. They try to lead. They even bring the tight end out on this. But the D just stretches, stretches, and stretches.
What a nice job by Meckler. He was being blocked. He fought off the block, made the tackle. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Rath has now carried 8 times, 25 yards. Whistle. We'll get a timeout. Timeout will be called by the Mountain Valley Conference Independence squad. Dick, on Sunday we had a great banquet attended by about 300 people, the RCN McDonald's All-Star Football Banquet. And we inducted 5 new people into the Lehigh Valley All-Star Football Classic Hall of Fame. John Pittman, of course, most people know him as the guy who creates all those images and pictures that you throw up on your refrigerator and the baseball cards of the local kids. So John Pittman honored and inducted. Rich Dick Snizak, that's Rich Dick Snizak's dad, as a great head coach, assistant coach, volunteer, chaperone. He did it all for the community and the children of Allentown in his many years of service. Dave Parsons, the graduate of Penargil High School and the former head coach of Lehighton High School. Steve Schiffert, the Hall of Fame inductee. Steve Schiffert, the outstanding head football coach at Easton Area High School. And the Distinguished Alumnus Award winner, played in the football game. They always honor someone who did that. The outstanding Deerif athlete, Mike Zambelli. So congratulations to all of them.
Had the opportunity to talk to a few of them before the game. Certainly an honor, well-deserved, and a great honor.
So each team has used a timeout, 2nd and 7 from the 26 with 2:06 on the clock. Ball is fumbled on the snap, and now Nolan's going to go down. As he dropped the ball, picked it up, and then coming in to nail him was number 3, Jason DeWald of Palmerton.
Yeah, he fumbles the snap because Bakros was in motion. I think they wanted to go to him in an ISO play.
Loss of 6 yards on the play, and the second timeout is called by the MVCI squad.
Under the 2-minute mark now, 1:52. There you see Whitey. They'd love to double this lead.
To recap the only score of the ball game, the EPC Colonial League squad got the football and could not move it, so they punted it away, and the MVCI squad got it on their own 32-yard line. They kept the ball primarily on the ground, although Terwilliger was 3 for 3 for 27 yards in the drive. And the other 10 plays, all of them on the ground as they go the 68 yards in 13 plays. Sean Bergio goes over the final yard. Nate Stroll with the extra point. And that's what made it 7-0, and that's where we are right now. The big play was the 20-yard pass play from Terwilliger to Eric Rath.
Don't tell anybody, but number 12, Cangelosi, just sneaked into that huddle, Gary. Watch the trick play.
Cangelosi can do all kinds
you
of
bet.
things. Can throw, can receive, can run. 6 foot, 187-pounder from Nazareth. One of the sad stories out of the ball game was the injury to Luke Baltz, the outstanding lineman for Nazareth, as he was injured during the practice sessions, unable to perform here tonight. Terwilliger at quarterback, gives it to Cangelosi, back to Terwilliger, and he's going to run. And Terwilliger's going to get a first down and more as he gets the ball all the way down to about the 15-yard line.
We're finally taking advantage of timeouts and figuring things out, huh? You knew it. Boy, as soon as I see him walk into that huddle. Actually pretty well read right here defensively by John Schrey, but he's not going to be able to react to it with the speed.
We'll put the ball at the 14, a gain at 12. There's a good open field tackle here by number 30, and that's Billy Toth, your man.
Why, look, don't check the numbers. Automatic.
There goes Rath. Rath trying to go around the corner and does.
One little juke in the backfield got him extra yardage when he came to the corner. Taurine Valentine making the push out of bounds and stopping the clock at 1:33. See him, it's parallel. Now he cuts it up a little. There's the juke. And there's Valentine with a shove.
Gain of 9. 2nd and a yard to go. As Rath has been the leading ball carrier in the game. That's his 9th carry.
Goal line defense checks in for the Colonial East Penn.
And Terwilliger gives the ball off. And up the middle for the touchdown is Sean Bergio.
I tell you, if it's wide, it's going to be Rath. If it's gut running and short stuff, you know it's going to be Easton's Bergio.
Bergio's 2nd touchdown of the ball game comes with 1:29 to go. Another look at it. Good blocking up front.
Excellent blocking up front. Look at that drive. I mean, he's on the offside in driving like that. Jesse Pizzuto out of Parkland, number 63.
Bergio's second touchdown. That one a 5-yard run as Nate Stroll in to kick the extra point. It's down, and we get a whistle, so we'll do it all over again. Big play here, of course, was that trick play. Cangelosi throwing the ball to Terwilliger. So Terwilliger, Dick, has shown the ability to do it all.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew he was a runner. And after he tucks it away, you can see that specialty coming through.
This time it's down. The kick is up. And the kick looks good from here. It is indeed good for Nate Stroll. It's 14-0 with 1:29 to go in the first half. Stay with us. We'll be back.
You're watching Lehigh Valley's live wire of communications, RCN4, the home of District 11 sports and the Lafayette College Leopards, America's first choice in cable, phone, and internet.
Completion fumble, you remember?
Same kid that...
We are back, and we welcome you back. Dick, that all began on that fumble recovery after the passing completion.
I think it was Andy Bauer, wasn't it, Gary?
I think you're
Made
right.
the stop, the hit, and the strip, and the recovery.
And that gave the NBCI squad the ball on their 43-yard line of the Colonial East Penn Conference. They went 43 yards in 8 plays, and a big pass play on the trick play for 12. All the rest on the ground.
Trick play coming off a timeout. Good time to get subs in there, not as noticed. I can't hear our directors.
Yeah,
it's derogatory
Mickey
as
Mantle
usual.
was in the
Yeah, I
stands.
know.
The Mick. The kickoff, end over end. Dropping back. Derek Thorne, and he's 2 yards deep in the end zone. Not allowed to bring it out in high school football.
rules.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line.
So no opportunity for excellent field position. Make them go 80 and 129.
And just a reminder, as we will show you what this game is all about when we get a look at the Ronald McDonald camp at halftime. And then we'll come back with second half action. First and 10 from the 20. You can tell it's halftime, Dick. Everybody's popping their soda cans.
Colonial has to be a little careful here, Gary. No, don't just throw it away.
Well, they're going to put it up. Campo, as he tried to lay it out there for number 41, Robert Snyder of Catasauqua, and the pass overthrown.
Bauer playing deep in a prevent, able to keep the receiver in front of him. So if there is a long completion, still going to be able to knock it down.
So Campo now 1 for 2 for 5 yards. And the clock, 1:23. Used up 6 seconds on that play.
If they throw it, no.
See the numbers, 14-0. As the MBI squad with 2 good drives. Colonial East Penn squad with some good drives too, but they have been stymied.
Hard, swing.
Back to throw. Campo looking, he's going to swing it out here. And he does drop it in the hands of Robert Snyder, and Snyder will get it up over the 25, up to about the 27-yard line. Gain of 7, it'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
These little naked stuff, nothing more than a swing out of the backfield. Not taking the chance on the long one, throw it out there. Look at that defense converge.
Punt return, be ready. Punt return. Hey, we get the ball back.
There's a timeout, 1-1-2.
That's their second, I believe. So they should have 1 left with 1:12 to go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4, they'll say, as they mark the ball at about the 26-yard line. All these timeouts do, Dick, is make our hot dogs get a little cold.
seriously, Gary, you know, you're talking about the team stuff has really come into play so far. In a game like this, you expect to see a lot of the individualism in the all-star status that go with some of these guys. But up to now, it's been quite a team effort, both defensively and offensively.
Rob Milosky doing some chattering with his quarterback, Mike Nolan. Whitey Williams, you see in the picture. And Rob, a former outstanding quarterback at Northampton, he knows what that position's all about. 3rd and 4 from the 26. And they'll go trips to the left side. And move Derek Thorne out to the right side. Kempo keeps the ball as they get it into the backfield.
They don't got any time after that.
It was Derek Thorne that ended up with the football. He was the man in motion, Dick, from his flanker position.
Derek Thorne, normally a cornerback, they put him in there for his speed, Gary. Try to get him a little pitch to get outside and see if he can cut a corner and get him out of the deep territory with an opportunity as they go into the mid-mark now.
And he did get the first down as he picked up 7 yards. And the ball up to the 34. Clock continues to run. Campo back, good protection, looking, firing. And he's trying to drop it out here, and it's almost intercepted.
And call, late call.
As Holloway had a shot at it from Easton. And the flag here, I'm not sure who it's going to go against. It was intended for Billy Toth. I would think it's against Toth.
Yeah, I would think it has to be also. Yeah, it's going to go that way.
So it's going to be offensive pass interference as Toth kind of turned into the defender there, as that pass was closer to being caught by Alan Holloway.
Last 2 plays, we've seen Frank Lane take 2 defensive people and make them specialists on offense with they're the #1 target.
This is a big one. Offensive pass interference, 15-yarder.
And you lose that down.
Second penalty of the ball game against the Colonial East Penn squad for 20 yards. Now, Dick, they might just want to run out the clock.
Well, they're going to take the timeout, Gary.
So they do indeed call a timeout. And Dick, I'm sure, like you said, they've got to be a little careful here. And I don't think they want to take any chances of doing something that would get them down by 21-0.
Well, you got the timeout, deadens the clock. You got to throw the ball. Possible, incompletion, stops the clock. Throw again and stop the clock. Plus the other one has a timeout left. So you don't want to give that ball over right now. Hey, Whitey.
Here you get a look at George Schicklehorn. He's the guy that guards the press box at Lafayette College. And we got to look at a whole bunch of all-star cheerleaders, too, who are here representing all of their high schools. Just a great event, this ball game, with the banquet on Sunday and the football game and the great cause and a good crowd here tonight. Dick, this may make them want to play on Saturday night all the time. On the 19-yard line, back to throw. Campo, throw it underneath. Valentine, oh, he maybe had one guy to beat, and he couldn't beat him. Tackle open field by Jimmy Green. We know he can make a tackle.
3rd consecutive play, they've used a defensive player. This one, the under screen, the wide receiver screen. Good open field tackle by Green.
That's the final timeout by the Colonial East Penn squad. As there's Richard Snizak and Andy Milosky. Boy, those guys have been around a lot of football games. That gain, by the way, was 15 yards.
Okay, there's a good man in the background, Gary. Does he work? Presty Moritz works so hard. Has always worked so hard on this Lark game, on this McDonald's game.
Valentine with his first catch. As Dick said, he's been used primarily on defense. So we're looking at a 3rd and 9 from the 35, but for all intents and purposes, Dick, we're looking at a 3rd and 65.
Quarterback draw. Safest play yet right now.
Well, they didn't play that one safe, so I have to assume they're not going to play this one safe. With that big 15-yard penalty, they're still looking at a 3rd and 9. Campo. Well, it is a delayed draw, and they're not going to get the first down. As Robert Snyder of Caddy carries the ball and gets it up to the 39-yard line, a gain of 4.
No timeout by Mountain Valley, so we're going to end the half, Barry.
Good half. Good football game. 14-0. MVCI squad on top of the Colonial East Penn Conference squad, but good football. Well, now we're going to show you a tape of the McDonald's camp, and after that, we'll have halftime stats, and we'll be back with second half action. Stay with us.
Childhood, a most precious gift. Most children enjoy this place and time. It's our birthright, our beginning. But for some children, cancer will rob them of their childhood. There is a special place that helps children with cancer, a place that helps them overcome frustration with creativity, a place that helps them combat agony with achievement, solitude with companionship. A special place, a place called Ronald McDonald Camp.
For many years, we arranged for children to go to camp. The younger ones went to Cape Cod and the older ones went to New England, but they went to a general camp. The camps were a little concerned about taking kids with cancer in case they were going to be ill. And they were a small number in a large camp. So I don't know how long we have done a camp, especially for our children, maybe 5 or 6 years. And the difference is extraordinary. It really is. It's a whole different experience when all the kids share this special bond.
All the people here have something in common. And no one hates you because they all understand what you've been through and everything like that. And you're not alone. Yeah.
You feel like you have a positive attitude and that you're not as different when you're here because everybody's like sort of the same as you.
I can't tell you what the experience is like for the kids to be able to go away from home. Then they're like other kids who go to camp. They don't have to be at home with mother watching over them all the time. They can be free to do that.
You know, you get to do more activities. You get to do interesting things, like the nature things, drama. You get to go on boats, you know. You get to stay with your friends, you know, for a whole week. And gives you a little freedom from your parents, basically.
We have the staff here that they know. They know the nurses and the doctors.
Well, about 7 or 8 of these children are my patients, and it's given me a chance to see them in action and see them in a much different kind of setting than I ever have a chance to see them in the hospital. Here, they all share one very important, very common experience, and that is that they've had cancer or leukemia. And many of them have recovered, and some of them haven't yet, and some of them may not, but they have a common bond which gives them a lot of things to talk about with each other. It makes them much more tolerant of each other than children are usually tolerant of in the usual home environment or normal school environment.
At home, I have a fenced-around yard.